Hello, sweet listeners, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Witching Hour Frequency, conveniently located between what was and what will be. Before we start, we cordially invite you to share this broadcast with your friends by simply going into the woods and calling upon the Elder God that lives within the center of the labyrinth. As is always the case, lock your doors, board your windows, hide from them, and pray to your resident deity that the storm does not find you. Now let's start off our local reports with the weather, starring Lady, in lieu of Amy, due to her tragic death at the hands of so-called meteorologist Dave.
The weather forecast for the next 2 days will be strong rains, with a high risk of inverse tornadoes. We urge you to take great cautions to avoid the various extra-dimensional beings that may be launched at high speeds from the large funnel that will form in the sky. Do not look into the eye of the storm either. It might look back.
We'd like to extend a special thanks to our new on-site oracle, Daphne. We are glad to have you here with us, using your divine power to accurately tell us the level of precipitation we should expect, unlike that meteorologist, Dave. So glad that we sent him on that trip to the Eternal Falls, where he ironically took a trip over the railing and only fell for about 10 seconds before that large eagle caught him. Amy was our favorite, you asshole.
We have the sheriff on the line.
1 second, folks. Hello? Yes, this is them. Okay. Okay. Understood. Yes, I remember what happened last time. We have a breaking news bulletin from the local authorities. At the hospital down the road, just past the woods with infinite paths, it appears that something has been breaking in late at night in the maternity ward. We will now go over to King for more details.
The residents of the local hospital's maternity ward have reported that they have seen a strange and horrible sight just outside their windows at night. Based on the description, we believe we have narrowed it down to a creature native to southeastern Asia. It goes by many names: the Manananggal, Layak, Kresu. Whatever one chooses to call it, one thing can be known for certain. It's fortunate that we foresaw this and installed iron bars on all of the windows. That's the Charon tax at work right there for ya. Your death comes with a tax of just 2 drachma. And with that, we keep people safe. Mostly safe.
So, what is this horrid beast that strikes so much fear? Frankly, I can't imagine anything scarier than the pawn shop down the street. I still need to salt my doorways every night to keep them from taking my possessions. The money under my pillow is nice, but I'd like to keep my stuff.
Well, I suppose the last incident was before your time. The Manananggal is a vampiric monster that preys primarily on soon-to-be mothers. It appears as a normal woman by day, but by night, it separates its body at the waist and flies off into the sky, leaving its lower half behind, a torso with organs trailing from its severed chest cavity while it moves. It has a long, needle-like tongue, which punctures the navel of pregnant women to feed upon the fetus inside. But if you're sitting there, happy and relieved to know that you aren't its primary prey, don't be so foolish. Remember, I said it is vampiric. Its writhing tongue will slither silently through the crevices of your bedroom, sensing for your pulse. Then it will slowly creep up your neck, seeking a good blood vessel to feed from. Finally, the sharp end will pierce your skin and feed upon your blood without you ever waking. A truly disturbing and gory creature. One that is hard to identify if it's not already on the hunt, which in turn makes stopping them incredibly dangerous. Luckily, they have a few very exploitable weaknesses that you, our brave listeners, may use to both identify and destroy these monsters. The first of these is that they have a very distinct vinegar smell during the day. This is due to the fact that the Manananggal needs to preserve its lower body and organs while it flies off into the night to ensure it doesn't begin to rot. In other words, if you constantly smell vinegar on someone, they're either a vampiric monster or one of those health gurus that can down apple cider vinegar shots in the name of health trends. Either way, a terrifying individual that you know to keep an eye on from then on. The second exploitable weakness involves common household items, such as garlic, ash, and broken glass shards. These items are perfect for destroying it while it is away and feeding, as they can be stuffed into the lower body, preventing it from reattaching to itself once it returns. If it can't reattach to itself, then it will die from the rising sun. Reportedly, these monsters also fear many religious items, should you find yourself backed into a corner and out of options. If such an instance does actually occur, then we hope that you can find a way out, lest you're added to the nightly parade of the dead.
That sounds truly horrifying, but what was the...
Now a word from our sponsor.
This report is brought to you by our production crew, Lady. She wants to leave, but she works so late, so hard, and keeps everything running behind the scenes. As such, she needs food and new clothes. You can donate to the drop box on the west side of the building adjacent to the Starbucks. Do not enter the Starbucks. The pale woman in there will follow you home and steal your cat. Thank you, Lady, for your dedication and continued unpaid overtime.
So that's where the hospital ruins near the edge of town came from.
Unfortunately, yes. That's the only way that they could be sure the patients would not be attacked while being transferred. Oh! We're back? Well, I believe that is all for today, listeners. Remember your safety geometry class from high school that you definitely paid attention to. If in doubt, draw circles out of varied materials. One of them will probably work. So sleep tight, lock your doors.
I received a call from the front lobby. Dave's back.
Son of a...